right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
On 3rd down, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 15. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 16 carries, 130 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jones' throw pulled in by Woods. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. The Jets at 12-1 now to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jones. He'll buy some time right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
I don't think that run Was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! Michael Pittman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
A good hold of these wet conditions. First down, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the...
And Winston lost the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Jets will take over. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw. Jones. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back. Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On first down, right back to Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 36, Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown, Jets. Alec Pierce, 36 yards. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And it's now 14-0. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Winston. That's complete to Traylon Burks. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jameis to throw it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Fielded at about the 28. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. On 1st down, Jones eluding the pressure right. This one finds Wilson downfield. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Throwing, Winston. Flush to his right. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there trying to do it.
Now Mike Vrabel unsure of that last call. He's going to throw out the red flag. So a good decision there by Mike Vrabel. They correctly contest that call. A first down carry for Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Henry again on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Winston now. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hall help leading out this offense for another series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Give to Hall running right. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on the short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Winston. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Jones throwing to start the drive. Flushed out right. He completes it to Wilson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Felton. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Demetric Felton scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. Now Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Here's Winston. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Winston. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Let's go, Pete. Big series right here.
All again on 2nd down. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
105 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. A handoff for Hall. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jeffrey Simmons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. And oh, he coughed it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones has this complete to Woods. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Jones now on 1st down. And a completion to Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down to run with Hall. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. Felton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Felton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On the give, this is their fullback. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. That's going to be taken in by Felton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now Jones throwing on first down, escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. A first down throw for Winston. Fighting him off. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Now Winston. He gets this one to Burks. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's Winston. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Jones on 1st and 10. And connecting here with Pittman on the out route. Touchdown! Michael Pittman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Titans now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Quinnen Williams, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long for Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sharp. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Here's a give to Hall. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That one caught by Felton. Dances by at the 20. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's Jones on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Jets, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.